Christian Mario, and you're here for another edition of Illuminati Media Exposed. In today's video, I wanted to show you how a recent South Park episode featuring Pewdiepie, which is YouTube's most popular uploader, is in fact a way for the Synagogue of Satan, the Illuminati, to hide their agenda in plain sight for everyone to see. But because everyone's so conditioned and brainwashed, no one has the slightest idea. So in today's video, what I'm going to do for you is uncover and expose the subliminal agenda that was hidden in this episode. So let's get right into it. I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm just going to right off the bat tell you what the subliminal agenda is that the Illuminati, the Synagogue of Satan, will be setting out to take over YouTube and to have popular YouTubers sell out and join them through selling their souls. That is exactly what this episode tells us. So I'm going to show you that in a little bit, but before we go into the actual episode, let me just set a foundation for you. First of all, if you haven't seen my previous video on Pewdiepie, check it out. It's left in the description section below for you to do so. Some of you might be asking, why in the world would the Illuminati even be interested in someone like Pewdiepie? Well, let me explain something to you. They are very interested in mind control. That is one thing that they love more than anything, is to be able to control the minds of the public. One of the methods of mind control is distraction. So if they're doing something like setting about the New World Order kingdom, they're taking away freedoms and rights, and they're doing things that are not okay, they need to distract us so that we don't focus on that and put our attention there. So they want us distracted with all sorts of things. And that is why in the world today, there are so many distractions. We are distracted from everything that's important to us. Now, what I'm going to play here is a clip from Jim Carrey, who went on the Jimmy Kimmel Live show. I'll leave my expose in the description section below. What he did here is he hid the truth in plain sight. Again, this is a thing that the elite constantly do. They put the truth right in front of people's faces. But they do it in a way that is, they're either making a joke out of it or they're mocking it. And it's a form of reverse psychology. But the truth is right there if you really see it. So what I want to just point out here is what Jim Carrey has to say here. Again, this is the truth, but he's doing it in a reverse psychology way. But watch what he has to say.
It's a symbol of the all-mocking tongue. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on.
So that's exactly what the Illuminati are trying to do. They hire people to distract the public, to make the public laugh, so that the public has no idea what's really going on. It's a form of mind control. So Pewdiepie, he fits the bill perfectly. He's a perfect Illuminati puppet because he's producing stuff that is just really going to distract people and dumb them down also. There's nothing intellectual about what he's putting out there. It's just mindless entertainment, which is perfect. That's what they want. They want tons of mindless entertainment to be able to distract you with, in order that when really important things are going on, they can have you focus on the stuff that's not important. And therefore their mind control is very effective that way, by keeping you distracted. So for those of you who would question why Pewdiepie would even be a good puppet, well, he distracts the public with mindless garbage. And distraction is very important for them. So check my video out. I've covered that and other things in the description section below. The link is there for you to do that. Now, one thing I want to point out here that you need to understand in order to comprehend what I'm about to show you is that the Illuminati has an agenda for mind control. It is very important for them to control the minds of the public. So how they do that is through controlling the media. Media consolidation is very important. They need to own television, news, radio, and movies. They need to have control of that so that they can control your mind. And they have been buying blowing up all of the major television, news, radio. Here you have the 6 major companies today that own all media: Comcast, News Corp, Disney, Viacom, Time Warner, and CBS, the Illuminati Eye. These are the ones that own the media. So when you grab your newspaper, you're listening to the radio, you're watching movies or documentaries or TV, what's happening is they're owning that information that you're being fed. Wasn't always that way. We can even see here in the chart in 1983, it was not the same. It was owned by over 50 companies. But since the Illuminati have an agenda to control the minds of the public, to make sure that the information that's being fed is according to what they want, they have consolidated the major media in our world today. One thing, though, that they were not able to do is control YouTube and social media. Social media provided a different challenge for the elite Illuminati who are seeking to control the minds of the public. They want to mind control us, so they buy out all this media, and then what happens? Oh, all of a sudden, we start broadcasting ourselves on all these independent alternative media platforms. So what now? They're in trouble. People are getting their message out, and it's blowing up. It's going all across the world. I myself have been an individual who just picked up a microphone and a laptop, and I got my message out to every single country in the world, millions of people, 18 million and counting. So there is power now to get a message out without them. We don't need them. I don't need any Disney, CBS, Time Warner executive telling me what's okay and what's not okay. I get on here and I broadcast myself, and what I say goes. And this is blowing up, and it's way more powerful than anything they own. YouTube stars are now a new form of celebrity, and this causes problems for the elite because these celebrities are not under their control right off the bat. They're basically just broadcasting themselves, and because social media is booming, they're getting out there and their voice is being heard. But YouTube will want them and all YouTubers to sell out at some point. They do not like the fact that we can just get on here and broadcast ourselves. That's a threat to them. They need to control. You see how they're about controlling? In 1983, they went from 50 companies down to 6. Okay, there's an agenda to control the media. This new form of getting your message out is a massive threat to those who control the minds of the public. So be on the lookout, be vigilant in the future for Illuminati YouTube sellouts. They are on their way. So now let's get right into the episode, and I'll just show you that, in fact, the episode, that's exactly what they were showing. They were showing that this is the real agenda. So here you have, I'm not really good with names. South Park, I used to watch it back in the day. I don't care about it anymore. I think this is Kyle. I don't think it's Stan, but I think, anyway, so Kyle and his little brother, even if I mess up the names, I really don't care. It doesn't matter. So you have Kyle over here, and his little brother is watching Pewdiepie, and he can't understand why he even finds this entertaining. You know, there's one scene here where you see the younger brother watching Pewdiepie, and all his friends are sitting around on their smartphones and laptops, and they are watching their favorite YouTube commentators. And it's very important to notice some of the things that were said. I'll just quote here. It says, "Dude, it's crazy. All my brother wants to do is sit on YouTube watching this Pewdiepie guy playing video games. It's crazy. I don't even understand the kids these days." So this is showing us that there is a change in trend. There is a new trend evolving with the younger generations. Entertainment is evolving. It's not the same thing anymore, and that's what I was just showing you here. Most people back in the day were going to movies and television and radio and newspaper to get, entertained, but now people are going to YouTube. So the episode really explains that there is this shift going on, that the younger generations are not consuming entertainment in the same way. So now think about it. Do you not believe that the Illuminati are paying attention to that they are on top of that, aware of it, and planning to move ahead with that in mind? Of course. Another thing that's important to notice is when he says in the episode, "We didn't even know, but," speaking of PewDiePie, "he is a bigger celebrity to kids than anyone. He has over 30 billion subscribers." And it goes on to say there's a new trend with young people that the celebrities they look up to are YouTube commentators. So I just want to set that for a base. That's very important for you to recognize that the episode is talking about what I just said, that there is a coming shift. New celebrities are popping up. The kids aren't into the same form of entertainment anymore as they previously were. So the Illuminati is taking note of that. The other important thing in the episode that I want to point out is the entertainment industry is shown to us. You have Illuminati puppets that are shown, Miley Cyrus, Nicki Minaj, etc. You see this record company producer. So he's working with these puppets, and there's certain things that is said that are very important, I believe. He says to Lordy, the artist Lordy, that, you know, it's not about the music anymore. It never was. It was about comments. It was about social media. They're saying that they're not making money on artists and selling albums anymore. They are making money on tweets. So again, showing you that there is a shift in entertainment and really where today's consumers are getting their entertainment. Another side note that's kind of interesting, and I know a lot of the conspiracy theorists will find very interesting, is that they actually show that the artist themselves, Nicki Minaj, Miley Cyrus, etc., that there is an agenda to replace them with a hologram clone. The hologram clone in the South Park episode will do things that the normal individual will not. This gives indication to Illuminati, MK Ultra, mind control, and even, we could say, possible cloning. If you don't think cloning is going to be or is possible, you must be living under a rock. There's been sheep cloned, no human that they've publicly told us about, but I would not be surprised that eventually we could even see artists replaced by clones who will do whatever the elite group tells them. But at a very basic level, what happens is the individual goes through MK Ultra mind control and they are replaced by a controlled version of themselves. So that's a subliminal, but maybe a little too deep into the conspiracy realm for the average YouTube listener. But just wanted to point that out, that there's the use of the holograms. Now, here's where it gets interesting. So here you see he's being replaced by the clone version. And he says, do you know what an artist is, Lord? An artist is a conversation piece, like a vase or a catchy side table. Just something for people to comment on. The old ways are dying. We are not making money on records. We are making our money on tweets. So he's showing him that, you know, the ways have changed. There's a clone now coming to replace you. People aren't really making money on the shows and the ticket sales. They're making money on scandals. You know, you think of the Miley Cyrus MTV scandal, and that's basically what they're saying. There's more money in that because it gets everyone talking and commenting, and social media blows up, and social media is where they're really making their cash these days, not on record sales and things like that. Interesting, this hologram ends up doing something on a radio show that he refused to do. So that's interesting as well. So they show you that they're being replaced by the clones. Now, just to wrap it all up, this is where I think the episode gives indication to the agenda to take over YouTube. All throughout the episode, Cartman actually becomes a YouTuber with over 10,000 subscribers. And he is then approached at the end of the episode by the music executive. Now, if you remember, this character is the music executive, so I'm going to say that he represents the elite synagogue of Satan within the entertainment industry. So here you see the platinum and gold albums, so that represents that he's a high up in the entertainment world. And then this is what he says to Cartman, the YouTuber. He says, "It's a brave new world." Now that's very, very significant. And anyways, all the conspiracy type of researchers, you know what that all means. It's a brave new world starting much sooner than we thought. And then he goes on, what we need now is someone who truly gets the changing of the guard. We have an army of holograms poised to start the next chapter in American culture. How would you like to be in charge of it all? So it's basically saying in this little scene at the very end of the episode that there's a shift. There's a new phase in our culture now. They even talked about, the next chapter in American culture. And what is that? Is that YouTubers will be the main influence. Social media stars will be those who truly are the celebrity. And then he tells Cartman, who represents PewDiePie, you are going to lead. How would you like to lead and take charge of this shift, this coming change in American culture, where the holograms, the versions of the artists that are not themselves, will be set out on YouTube? An army of them are coming to YouTube, just like they did in the entertainment industry, and now just like they are going to do on YouTube. So there you have it, the YouTube takeover of, the Illuminati takeover of YouTube has begun. They just let us know that they have an army of clones ready to go for the YouTube. They just mean that clones, people that'll do whatever they want, people that'll basically do anything that they want. So be on the guard now more than ever, especially for YouTube sellouts. We're going to be looking at popular channels. These YouTubers are starting to go to the White House. They're starting to get, invited to some very elite type of things. So be on guard. So just in recapping, the Illuminati is the synagogue of Satan. They want to control the public's minds. They are now studying the fact that, their old methods of using artists and entertainers is fading away. And in fact, the new and more powerful way is to use YouTubers, people who, like myself, have broadcasted ourselves and have gained a following. It is the new shift in American culture where the elite will try and take over. This is an amazing thing that we have here on YouTube, the ability to broadcast ourselves. If you're a YouTuber and you've got millions and millions of subs, please be careful what type of contracts you're about to sign. Be careful what type of producers or managers or things like that are going to come around you. You may not even know that you're being used by them. I mean, if you just create content that really doesn't, ruffle any feathers and it's just mindless stuff, they can use you too. So just be on the guard, everyone. They're coming to take over because they want to control the minds of people. This is the Vigilant Christian saying God bless each and every one of you. And as always, stay vigilant for you to do so. Some of you might be asking, why in the world would the Illuminati even be interested in someone like PewDiePie? Well, let me explain something to you. They are very interested in mind control. That is one thing that they love more than anything, is to be able to control the minds of the public. One of the methods of mind control is distraction. So if they're doing something like setting about the New World Order kingdom, the Illuminati, the synagogue of Satan, will be setting out to take over YouTube and to have popular YouTubers sell out and join them through selling their souls. That is exactly what this episode tells us. So I'm going to show you that in a little bit, but before we go into the actual episode, let me just set a foundation for you. First of all, if you haven't seen my previous video on PewDiePie, check it out. It's left in the description section below. They're taking away freedoms and rights, and they're doing things that are not okay. They need to distract us so that we don't focus on that and put our attention there. So they want us distracted with all sorts of things. And that is why in the world today, there are so many distractions. We are distracted from everything that's important to us. Now, what I'm going to play here is a clip from Jim Carrey, who went on the Jimmy Kimmel Live show, the synagogue of Satan, the Illuminati, to hide their agenda in plain sight for everyone to see. But because everyone's so conditioned and brainwashed, no one has the slightest idea. So in today's video, what I'm going to do for you is uncover and expose the subliminal agenda that was hidden in this episode. So let's get right into it. I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm just going to right off the bat tell you what the subliminal agenda is that Hey everyone, it's Vigilant Christian Mario, and you're here for another edition of Illuminati Media Exposed. In today's video, I wanted to show you how a recent South Park episode featuring Pewdiepie, which is YouTube's most popular uploader, is in fact a way for